So we're going to get started. Well, here we are, the doula of entrepreneurship TV, y'all, bringing to you live from Cincinnati, Ohio, my mom. Yeah, this is my mama who birthed this goddess, this beautiful goddess that you see here on TV. I came from this womb right here.
Yes.
So I want everyone to applaud Roberta Louise Crutchfield. We want to give you your flowers for producing greatness. Thank you, honey. Thank you.
Through the snow I had to travel to get to birth you.
Let's tell me that story. Let the listeners hear this amazing story of how greatness entered the world. Listen, y'all.
Well, the night before, I fixed me a martini.
There you go, y'all. Getting the party started. You right. Keep going.
And the next few hours, I was in labor.
Mm-hmm.
It was a snowy night. The snow had fallen, and it was maybe 3 to 4 feet of snow. And Howard, your dad, had to get us together in the car and travel in about 4 o'clock in the morning. No traffic anywhere. We didn't stop for no lights because the street hadn't been treated yet. So we were going slow, and I was ready to pop. And he
I was
wasn't
ready to
stop.
come, y'all, in the middle of
He
the
was
storm.
he wasn't gonna stop for lights, stop signs, red lights, nothing. He kept going through that snow to get to the hospital. And we got there on time. And there you came.
Here I come. Here I come.
On
We
the,
about 7:23 a.m., right?
yes. Yes.
I remember
It
it's
took
on
us
my
a
birth
while.
certificate.
It took us a while to get to the hospital driving through that snow. So when we got there and they prepped us and you were ready to come, honey.
I know I am ready to come. I'm ready to come now. I've been coming since I got here.
Yeah. And you came through trials then, because that snow was something else to come through. And you've been coming through it ever since.
Oh Lord. Did y'all hear that? And she's telling the truth. And guess what? I tell the story about how I overcame adversities, multiple adversities through life. And I wrote it in my first published book, Healing
Yes.
Cosmetologist. Healing Cosmetologist is my first book where I shared my journey as a beauty professional in the hair and beauty industry. I was in the industry for 20 years, made a lot of money, was very successful, and it was a great platform to raise children through. It was a great place to make money. It was a great place where I could buy back my time and be home with my kids, hands on, to prepare them for this world that we're experiencing now. And so it was a great place to land as a goddess, a woman, a mother. So I'm grateful for that journey. Healing Cosmetologist, check it out on Amazon. It's a fantastic story about my journey, my spiritual awakening, entrepreneurship, how it really came natural. Because I'm learning through you, Mama, that we have entrepreneurs in our family. Who was the entrepreneur
My
in the
father.
family? Your
My
father.
father. Yes.
Tell us
He
about your
was
father.
he came here from Georgia, sent his mother, went back, sent money back for his mother and two youngest brothers to come too. He was on a farm all his life. But when he got here to Cincinnati, he knew this was a place where you can do other things. And what he learned, his brothers were already in cement work. So he got into that. He excelled in it though.
Mm-hmm.
He excelled so much in it till he became his own boss. And
There
what
it
he
is.
did, he gained this knowledge of being able to look at a job and tell the boss how much it was going to cost for all the materials.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how he acquired that
Mm-hmm.
knowledge. But when
Right.
he was in the South, he was several things.
Mm-hmm.
He was a musician, he played the guitar, he was a painter. The school used to get him out of his class and come paint the season paintings, Christmas, Thanksgiving on the windows of the school.
Mm-hmm.
He was a baseball player. He was a pitcher. When he pitched his games, all the outfielders sat down because they knew no one would get a hit off of him. So he was all these things at his home. And when he came up here, he couldn't flourish in those opportunities. So
Okay.
he found another way.
Mm-hmm.
And that was concrete. So I guess in his mind, being a musician, a painter, a ball player, he had skills that he
Right.
could use. And
Natural
that's what he,
abilities.
yes, that was just the God given skills.
Exactly.
So he
Exactly.
used that and mathematical, he could do all those things with concrete. So
Mm.
they would hire him as the lead person, and then he
Mm-hmm.
would reach back and hire men that needed work. And he would
Mm-hmm.
hire them, teach them. He said they needed work to take care of their families. And
Right.
that's what my father was all about, helping other men to take care of their families.
Wow.
And so
So
we lived a good
yeah.
life. I think it was because he was just blessed. And the Lord let us have
Mhm.
a good life under him,
Of his abilities, his gifts and talents.
his gifts and talents.
And that's
And
a
so
great point.
I used to see him with pads of paper and how he would write down all this is how he kept his business.
Mm-hmm.
And he
Mm-hmm.
finally got a printer to print his name and Robert Matthews.
Like a logo or yeah.
Yes, concrete. And
Yes.
that was the first time I ever saw a Black person having that.
Really?
Yes.
So you did you realize that your dad was an entrepreneur?
No, I had never heard of that word entrepreneur.
Oh,
We always called it working for yourself.
same thing,
Yeah.
self-employed. Yeah.
Self-employed,
Yeah,
yes.
but that's entrepreneurship.
Yes, we had never heard entrepreneur before, but that's what he
Wow.
was. That's what he
Yes.
was. And
Yes.
we just took it for granted. We really did. And I had 5 brothers, and he taught each one of them the business. And the ones that didn't later go to school to learn other work, they stayed in the concrete business.
Wow. See that he passed his gift along to his children, which
Yes,
is key. And I
yes.
really believe that's what God has intended for us as a people. And somehow we
Yes.
lost that. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a fantastic story. What year is this that he was
This
evolving?
was this was in the 30s,
30s.
1930s. And I was born 1941. So he came and established himself, and then he got married, and then they started having children. Now, he
19.
didn't do that until after he had children, because when he first got here, he had to get other jobs, just get
Right,
into a new city. And he even
right.
worked for Wright Pat during the war.
Really?
Mhm. Yes, he worked for Wright Pat during the war because they was hiring anybody and everybody.
Right, right.
Because
Interesting.
most of the workers had to go off to war, and he didn't go into the service. I don't know that story why he didn't go to the
Mhm.
service. I never
Right,
knew
right.
that story. So he was a
Hmm.
worker at Fort Wright,
Yeah. Interesting.
and and then after the war, people came back and took them jobs away. So he had to learn something else, and it was concrete
Hmm.
business.
It's multi-dimensional, multi-gifted. That makes sense because it passed down. It passed
Yes,
down to me because I have
yes,
this natural ability of knowing naturally, and I really believe it flows through the bloodline.
yes, yes.
And it was just a knowing, like I knew what to do, I knew how to do it, I knew how to make money, I knew what I needed to do to expand. Like I always have a solution um, for my journey, even as a hairstylist, salon owner, 20 years, now a business coach and self-published author. All these things, I did not attend college for none of this. It's just an ability, and I really believe it came from my grandfather. Actually, both of my grandfathers. I'm realizing I'm my grandfather's child.
Yes, instead of the women in the
Yeah,
family.
I
Yes.
have a
You
paternal
seem to have gotten strength from the men in the family.
yes, yes. And I believe that's where my strength dwells because I have a it came to me in the prayer during prayer with the divine, and he was giving me insight about my journey and what's next and how to prepare. And just looking back over my life, it's been a journey. And it came to me, he said, "You are your grandfather's child."
Wow.
And what that means is that I've acquired the teachings through directly through my grandfather, which is very interesting because they're not here anymore. And I've acquired
And you did, and
because
you didn't know them a long period of your life either.
nope, I knew of them. I knew them. I knew who they were.
Right.
I knew their personalities. I didn't know that entrepreneurial component of him because he had retired by then.
Hmm.
So I didn't realize, but I knew about the concrete. I knew your brothers did concrete. I knew that's where they got their teachings from. So I knew all of that.
Hmm.
But the natural ability, now it makes sense. I believe it dwells in the bloodline. So that
Yes.
tells me that everything is passed through the bloodline, right? Everything,
Yes.
positive and negative, right?
Yes. Yes. And his music, love of music, that passed through most of the children.
It sure
Most of
did.
all of us were into
Like
music.
like yourself. Now you're a musician. Tell us about that journey.
I was chosen in the seventh grade by the music teacher to learn to play the cello, an instrument I had never heard of. But he was a man that wanted to make sure Black children knew all the instruments. And he exposed us to everything, violin, everything, complete orchestras, complete bands. And we had that in the seventh, in our junior high school. But
Wow.
he came from a school, a Black school, a Black elementary school, and he taught them there. So when I got in the seventh grade, those kids were coming into the seventh grade with me. I didn't go to that elementary school, but they merged us all into the same junior high
Right.
school. They already knew how to play these instruments that I had never heard of or never seen or anything.
Wow.
And so he grabbed me, and it was like I had never been exposed to anything like that. So a cello, I said,
Right.
I want to be a majorette.
Mm-hmm.
And he
Mm-hmm.
said,
Be cute.
okay, you learn how to play the cello, then we'll let you be a majorette. I said, okay, good. So
Mhm.
that's why I was able to
Wow.
to learn to play the cello. And once I learned, I fell in love with it, and the majorette just went out of my mind.
Right. But that beauty right there that he chose you, like you said, he did choose you.
He chose me. And that was his gift to the Black children. He would go around and choose children by
Wow.
looking at them, just being around them, maybe just a few days. He would choose.
Wow. That's a leader. That's a leadership quality.
Yes, he
And that's
was. He was a
Yeah.
great man. Charles Keys was his name.
Charles Keys.
Yes.
Really? And he was,
Yeah.
where is he from? Is he from Cincinnati?
I never knew his background or anything, but
Really?
he taught in the Cincinnati public schools, in black schools, as far as I know, and he taught all the black kids music, whether it was orchestra or band. And
Brilliant.
he
Now, did he
was,
play all instruments himself?
oh yeah, because he was
Okay. That makes
uh,
sense then too.
yeah, uh-huh. That's
That's
what he went
beautiful.
to school for.
Okay, for music.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah. Hmm.
That's beautiful. Look at
So
that
he was,
beautiful gift.
yes, he was.
And that's what we're all here for. It's to pass
And
down these
Nikki,
gifts.
I just thought the
What?
school you went to, Silverton School, he was the principal there right
Really?
before you went. Yes,
No,
that's what he
are you
became, the
serious?
principal. I forgot to, did I ever mention that to
You never
you?
told me that. Man, I wish
Yeah,
you'd have chose me.
yeah.
That's
Now
one
he was
thing.
now he was there when we were in Kennedy Heights and you went to Woodford School. And
Yeah, I
you went
was.
to Woodford, the new Woodford School till the third grade.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fourth grade, you went to Silverton School, and he
Yep.
had left by then. But if you had
Wow.
gone in the kindergarten, you
He'd
would
have
have been.
chose me. Because I'd have told him I'm Roberta's child. Choose me. And I ended up
Oh,
playing instruments because of you.
yes, yes,
I played the
yes,
clarinet, the flute, and the
yes,
oboe. And I was
yes.
great at it, but it
Uh-huh.
wasn't of an interest. It didn't gravitate to me.
Because you didn't have a teacher, a great teacher in school,
Exactly. That's
and
true.
they were just gearing toward bands,
Right.
and those instruments are good instruments for orchestra.
Right. Right. The
Hmm.
cello is a whole nother level of artistry in music, I believe. And since I've been DJing, I've learned a skill set that I have because I ad lib in between
Yes,
songs.
yes,
And I
I've heard
hear,
you.
and because of my mother, y'all, I know all tones and harmonizing. I'm cold with it. And it's because of her, because we used to drive home and sing songs, and she would teach me the melodies of songs. So I know how, so so I have a great ear because of this goddess right here. And since I have this ability with my DJing and the ad libbing, because I can sing a little bit, I'm gonna take up bass playing.
Bass,
Yeah, I've always
guitar,
wanted to learn. Yes,
bass fiddle, or bass guitar.
bass guitar.
Really, my brother